Oh, sorry, dogs. They moved.
So slow motion.
They moved as soon as I sat down.
Slowest of motions.
Hey guys, welcome back to episode 16 of
Conspirial.
I'm your host, Addison Rose.
And I'm hanging on by a fucking thread.
Fucking same. It's been a tough couple weeks. I know it's been about 2 months since we last posted.
Probably.
It's just been wild. I'm sorry, and just a heads up, there's no alleged confessions tonight, so it's just us tonight, hence why you saw me almost sitting on my dogs.
I guess it's better than hanging by a noose.
Which is just a bunch of threads, technically.
It's just one right now.
Right.
Barely hanging on.
The weakest news. Anyways, so today's topic actually was inspired by something that happened to me recently. So we're doing a glitch in the Matrix story.
Glitch in the Matrix.
And so to give you kind of an intro, and it's super silly, but like it literally happened at work to me, and it
the pen thing?
It freaked me out. So I work at a warehouse, and all of like upper management, we have our own different color pens. I know this sounds absurd, but it actually helps us know who signed off on something. If you see like scribble or whatever, it's like, oh, it's purple, it's mine, and if it's black, it's this person's. If it's yellow, all these things, right? So I only have purple pens. So I'm signing off on this thing, and I drop the pen on the ground, and I pick it back up, and it's a black pen. And what I literally was just writing on was purple, and I had a black pen in my hand, and it freaked me out, and I told you about it, and so because of that, we were gonna do Glitch in the Matrix stories. So we're excited. It's a topic we haven't done before.
No.
I don't think. So why don't you?
So I have 3 Reddit stories.
Okay.
Because it's hard to find like journalistic or scholarly articles on glitches in the Matrix.
Well, yeah, since we live in the Matrix, they're not going to let you publish that if it's not on.
Yeah, so, okay. I'm going to start with one that was posted 8 years ago. And this one traumatized me. This is one of the first Glitch in the Matrix stories I remember reading. And it like really fucked with me. It was posted 8 years ago. It's called Awoken by a Lamp. And it was posted by Temp Too Soon. And it says throwaway account because this is really personal. My last semester at a certain college, I was assaulted by a football player for walking where he was trying to drive. Which is weird because he says, note, he was 325 pounds and I was 120 pounds. But I thought he was driving. I
don't think that matters in a car because you got to add like
that's what I'm saying.
1,500 pounds
of the car. While unconscious on the ground, I lived a different life. I met a wonderful young lady. She made my heart skip a beat and my face red. I pursued her for months and dispatched a few jerk boyfriends. Maybe he meant despite. I finally won her over.
Or jerked them off.
Or dispatched the jerk off to the boyfriends.
Hell yeah.
Before I finally won her over, after a year or 2, we got married, and almost immediately she bore me a daughter. That's such a weird saying. Bore me a child.
You shall bore me a child.
Bore my seed.
Wench.
I had a great job, and my wife didn't have to work outside of the house. When my daughter was 2, my wife, bore me a son. My son was the joy of my life, and I would walk into his room every morning before I left to work and doted on him and my daughter. One day while sitting on the couch, I noticed that the perspective of the lamp was odd, like inverted. It was still 3D, but just wrong. It was a square lamp base, red with gold trim, on 4 legs, and a white square shade. I was transfixed. I couldn't look away from it. I stayed up all night staring at it. The next morning I didn't go to work, and something was just not right about the lamp. Imagine calling in, there's something weird about my lamp. I can't.
I bet his boss would be throwing shade.
I don't have a good one back.
It's okay.
I I stopped eating and I left the couch only to use the bathroom at first. Soon I stopped that too, as I wasn't eating or drinking. I stared at the fucking lamp for 3 days before my wife got really worried. She had someone come up and talk to me. By this time, my cognizance was breaking up and my wife was freaking out. She took the kids to her mother's house just before I had my epiphany. The lamp is not real. The house is not real.
I'm telling you right now.
No, that motherfucker. The house is not real. My kids, none of that is real. The last 10 years of my life are not fucking real.
A decade is crazy. Living a decade? I've only been alive more than 3 of those. You know what I mean? And that's...
I've only been 2 in like a year. The lamp started to grow wider and deeper. It was still inverted dimensions and it took up the entire perspective. And all I could see was red. I heard voices, screams, all kinds of weird noises, and I became aware of pain. Fucking shit, a ton of pain. The first words I said is, I'm missing teeth. I opened my eyes and I was laying on my back on the sidewalk, surrounded by people that I didn't know. Lots were freaking out. I was completely confused. At some point, a cop scooped me up, dragged/walked me across the sidewalk and the grass, and threw me face down on the back of a cop car. I was still confused. That's so careless. If someone got like body slammed by this 300 whatever guy.
Do you know the race of the person telling the story?
No.
Not important. Just be crazy if there was police brutality against POCs and in this alternate timeline too.
Well, this is the real timeline.
Oh, after they woke up?
So this is them. They woke up to this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry.
I was taken to the hospital by the cop. Seems he didn't want to wait for the ambulance to arrive and was given CT scans and shit. I went through about 3 years of horrid depression. I was grieving the loss of my wife and my children, dealing with the knowledge that they never existed. I was scared I was going insane, as I would cry myself to sleep, hoping I would see her in my dreams. I never have, but sometimes I see my son, usually just a glimpse out of my peripheral vision. We know who his favorite was. He is perceptually 5 years old, and I can never hear what he says. And here's edit 24 hours after post. Never thought anyone would read this. I changed the line so that it no longer seems like my 2-year-old daughter bore a child.
Very important. Very important. Good, solid edit, guys.
I have never seen Inception or Star Trek episode that many have mentioned, but I will eventually.
Why would you want to?
I will not do an AMA. I've had many PMs describing similar experiences and 3 posters stating such experiences are impossible. I'd say more research needs to be done on brain functions. Pre-med students, don't assume you know everything. And then another one. A few have asked if they can write a book, screenplay, stage play, rage comic, etc. Please consider this tale an open source and have fun with it, which I thought was pretty cool.
And read it on a podcast. They didn't say that, but we took that liberty.
It was implied, I think.
That's
the first story.
That's bananas.
Have you ever had a dream where time passes?
I don't remember hardly any of my dreams.
I've had dreams where like time passes and I wake up so confused.
Because of my head injuries, I maybe remember 1 dream a year. I'm not saying I don't have them, but to wake up and oh, that's a crazy dream. Maybe once a year, twice a year.
I'm a lucid dreamer too.
See,
so sometimes
awesome.
I'm really aware of my dreams.
You can fly and shit?
Yeah, I can do weird stuff, but it freaks me out.
Right.
Because I'm what if I never wake up? So what I do is I'll unalive myself. And I'm scared it's not going to be a dream one day. It's going to be like Inception. I know that sounds crazy, but I have always had these dreams even before the movie came out.
So you unalive yourself to wake up?
Yes. So I'll be at some point I'll be this is a dream. And to prove that, I will climb on top of a building and throw myself. And then I will, and then I'll wake up knew it.
If it was all a dream, you should read
Word Up magazine.
Hell yeah.
Okay, here's the next one. The next two I had never read before. So I just Googled glitch in the matrix, and that was my entire research. So I looked for like the best stories.
But
This was posted 12 years ago by Sarah X11 on the Reddit. No! Sorry, the cat's typing. It's sorry, this will probably get buried. When I was around 20, a few years ago, I kept having dreams about a woman with long black hair named Aurora. They were different dreams, but for some reason, her distinct face and name always ended up in them. It got to a point where I would wake up frustrated and confused trying to Google her name or find out how I was connected to her. After a few months, she stopped showing up and I dismissed it, thinking it was just my brain being a scumbag.
been there.
Fast forward a few years later, Halloween 2009. I'm in the car with a friend, stopped at a gas station. I'm about to pull out and merge onto a highway when I get a phone call from a random number. So I stopped the car, but nobody answered. There was a person behind me who grew impatient, honked at me, and then swerved in front of me instead of waiting for the 2 seconds for me to move. The second they got on the highway, some silver Civic loses control of their wheel and crashes into the car that swerved in front of me. I called the cops, waited at the gas station for them to come. Turns out the drivers of both cars died. It 100% would have been me if I hadn't gotten that phone call. Called it back a few hours later out of gratitude and curiosity. Rang 3 times and it went to voicemail. The voicemail was, "Hi, you've reached Aurora. Please leave me your name and number." I've never had goosebumps like that in my life. Called again the next day because I was confused about the whole situation. Some woman answers, we get to talking, I tell her my entire story, including the dreams I've had. She tells me she doesn't know how I got her number and that she never called me, and as far as she remembers. Weird. Ask her if she has a Facebook to confirm if she is in fact the one of my dreams. Checked her Facebook, holy fuck, it's her. If that's not a glitch in the matrix, then I guess I'm just batshit crazy. That one gave me spookies.
That's wild.
That one gave me spookies. I didn't like that one. I mean, I liked it, but I didn't like it.
Like, where do you go from there? You know, what
Shout
I mean?
out to
Like,
Aurora.
like, where the fuck do you go from there? Like, how do you?
Imagine being the person to get that call. Hey, I've been having dreams of someone, and you called me. I didn't call you. Yeah, you called me, and I didn't die, and I've been having dreams of someone named Aurora. And can I have your Facebook?
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Okay. I would hang up so quick.
And that's what's so wild about all these stories is like, what's the logical explanation here? There is none.
There is
right?
none.
Like it's nothing but speculation, no matter where.
Yeah,
you
that
go.
there was a glitch in the matrix. That's
Right.
the
Right.
logical
Well, yeah.
explanation.
Fucking duh. That's why we're doing this. Stupid.
Alright, my last story was posted 7 years ago by a user named sand_dragon.
Sick name.
My mother did all her gyno appointments with a doctor in downtown Austin. He was on the 5th floor of the hospital building and had a longtime nurse/receptionist named Allison. I remember attending her appointments when I was little, and my mother would make a game out of finding the office and being in the waiting room, which was colorfully decorated.
We got there.
With a 4C. My accent. Allison was a super sweet woman who was kind of a half babysitter for us kids too. She would.
I just heard half baby. She was a half baby.
She was a half baby.
Which half?
She. This way.
Top half, bottom
this
half. What would be
way.
scarier?
Bottom half.
Oh no, top half, because it would be like
But
a full-grown bottom half and then a baby top half would be terrifying.
I don't know.
Sorry.
Okay, she would read us books and give us coloring books and occasionally even listen to our dreadful knock-knock jokes. We all referred to her as Allison in Wonderland. Anyways, years down the road, I got married and pregnant and started searching for an OB since I had moved back to Austin relatively recently before that. My mother suggested that I go see the doctor, who was super young, low 30s when I was born, to see if he was still in business. Sorry, that sentence was written weird. While I could not find his name in the hospital directly, I figured I would just swing by the office and check. My mother happened to be in town. She had moved away years ago and came with me. We both joked about it being so familiar, but reverse situations, right? Because now daughter's going.
Right.
She's pregnant,
Right.
having a baby. As we reached the stairs, we ran into a problem. There was no fifth floor at this hospital building. Odd. We both must have misremembered it. We knew it was on the top floor, so it must have been the 4th floor. Nope, not there. We thought maybe we were just in the wrong building, except we walked in the same parking garage thing from 20 years ago and walked the same route. The doctor does not exist, never did. Apparently my mother, my brother, and I are the only ones who remember him and Allison in Wonderland. We have asked around, including among the hospital staff. We've even looked up our birth certificates, which are new copies, and it just lists attending physician. One of my childhood memories is fake, but shared with my brother and my mother. That's
Damn, affecting all, like, 3 people at once is crazy.
To remember that?
Yeah.
It's like, you remember this, right, Mom? Like, and then you call your brother, hey, you remember Alice in Wonderland, right? That second one still creeped me out more.
Yeah.
The Aurora one.
Yeah. Damn.
I don't know if I've ever had a glitch in the Matrix that I can think of.
We're not even recording a podcast right now.
We're not even real. But sometimes if I stare in the mirror too long, I weird myself out and I start thinking, who am I? What am I? How did I get here? What are my
it's
thoughts?
just the beauty reflecting off, it's just tough to take in.
Definitely, but
Right.
I feel like there's more to that as well.
So you make fun of me for always worrying about if
Did we
we're gonna
get the
have
same story?
Your first fucking story I had.
Did you know that
right
story?
there.
That's the most famous
there.
story.
And so it.
That's the that's
So
the most
we did
famous story.
We did it, but I got more because I always panic.
That's
right
the most
there.
famous. I was gonna do the Sauntor Man. Have you heard of him? Sauntor Man.
Is that the body on the beach?
You know what? I'm confusing it with another one. It's like the guy from some made up fucking country.
Oh yeah, with the passport, and he disappeared through the hotel room or whatever.
Yeah. That they pulled him over, and they're
That's a
like,
good one.
the fuck.
That's a good
And
one.
He's like, I'm
yeah.
traveling from blah blah blah.
Country that doesn't exist. And, all that.
And then he was, and they were like,
That's a
but
good
this
one.
looks like a real passport, and it's stamped, and they put him in a hotel because he was being sus, and then they
guarded
couldn't
it.
find him. Yeah. But then it said like it was proven it was a hoax.
That's what the Matrix wants you to think.
And I was like, that's what the government
Agent
wants me to
Smith
think.
wants you to, yeah.
Agent Smith, Agent J.
Oh, yeah. Well, Smith is from the Matrix.
Oh, well, I don't know.
That's where.
I've never seen that movie.
It's so good. It's so
I've
good.
never seen the movie.
So good. Okay, well, my first story
we finally
is
got the same
Awoken
story.
by a Lamp by no. Okay, so
Have you heard that story before?
not until I
When you looked
researched
it up?
Yeah,
That story has haunted me for years.
but I tell you, but kind of what I did with this, because other topics, I wanted to read them all, but with these, I only read like a little bit, and then I'm like, all right, I'm done, because I kind of wanted my first reaction to be as I read them too.
So you didn't finish reading it?
Yours, the one that we shared, or the one that we had? No, like all of them. Like I only read.
You
like,
didn't finish reading all of them?
Nope. I only wanted a little bit till I got the hook, and I'm like, all right. And so, like, as I'm reading it, you're gonna get my reactions too. I thought that'd be kind of fun.
Okay.
Okay,
so we didn't do the same story because you hadn't even read the first story.
No, exactly. Yeah, I didn't know it, but as soon as because it was literally my first fucking page, and so you're like, "Awoken by a Lamp" by Temp Too Soon. I was like, wait a goddamn minute, because I wrote the title and the people. No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't find out when these were posted, so you went a little bit above and beyond on that.
Always.
Fucking always. So this one's called "I Died Last Night, But I'm Still Here." and it's by Liquid Gold 83. I love Reddit
Screen names are so
they're
good.
so good. So this actually happened last week. It just took me some time to come to terms with it. I got a phone call from my next door neighbor late in the evening asking if I can come help him move a mattress into his upstairs. His mom is ill and has a big, heavy sleep number bed. I, of course, ran over to help because we're good neighbors. I get over there, and his friend, who is also a priest, was there to help. I helped them figure out how to separate the mattresses from the bed so we can fit it upstairs. We get it all moved up and back in place when my neighbor asks if I can help him move an armoire upstairs too. I think nothing of it, and we pull it out of his traveler trailer and start bringing it up the front of the stairs of the house. This is where I died. And that's where I stopped reading.
This is where I died.
Okay, I was like, good.
Where did you stop
I'm good.
with the lamp guy?
With your first one? Mm-hmm. I stopped. The lamp part. The perspective of the lamp was odd, like inverted. And I was like, okay, I don't. That's the hook. I was like, I don't need it anymore. So anyway, this is where I died. The front stairs are 11 steps. I was on the lower end of the armoire, about 6 steps up, when my neighbor and his friend lose a handle on the armoire and it comes crashing down on me and I fall backwards towards the pavement. I then wake up in my dining room to my phone ringing and my wife asking me if I'm going to answer the phone. It's my neighbor asking me if I can help move a bed upstairs for his mom.
I'd say fuck no. I'd say fuck to the no.
I go over there and meet his priest friend again, and this has been the first time I met him. I say I can help with the bed, but I cannot help with the armoire. My neighbor was like, how'd you know about the armoire? I then proceeded to tell them I'm pretty sure I just died. I spent the next hour talking with the priest. He had so many questions. My neighbor didn't believe it until I described the upstairs bedroom in perfect detail, down to the metal mattress frames, which is pretty standard.
Basic.
Hey, on the floor, and the intricate headboard leaning against the wall that I had never been upstairs or have seen in the house before. The priest asked what I saw after I died. I told him I never actually died, but it happened, and I woke up at my dining room table. Too long didn't read. I experienced death, but woke up alive about 20 minutes earlier in my life. Thank you for the awards. I never expected this post to blow up. I've been trying my best to follow the comments and post answers to questions or clarify statements.
Fuck that armoire. I wouldn't even help with the bed.
Nah.
Even if I thought about it, even if I went and as soon as I saw the priest friend, that's so fucking specific, I'd be like, hell to the no.
And all that was the same. Like that's what
What I'm saying.
was the.
Like, I just got a cramp. Oh, sorry.
Good fan. I'm an atheist. I can't help a priest.
Right. It's against my
You're not like that.
atheism. There.
Yeah, just insane. Absolutely insane. I'm going to put that one out. That's another. Maybe. This one I thought was interesting just because it had a different perspective on the glitch in the Matrix.
Is it the glitch's perspective?
No. So here,
The Matrix's glitch.
So I think I just became the background character for another person's glitch.
Okay.
And Jesus, this one's from The Karma Don't Matter.
It don't.
This technically happened last night, but I was just starting a graveyard shift and I'm only now getting it all down. I work at a gas station chain with only numbers in its name.
7-Eleven.
We don't know that.
I was like, Exxon? No, that's
We
letters.
don't know that.
And I was like, QT, but that's also letters.
We're just outside of a large chunk of suburbs. None of that middle of nowhere. Like, we aren't exactly near any other businesses, but we are rarely completely dead for hours at a time. It was just past midnight, and with everything going on in the US right now, a lot of things other than gas stations and bars are open at night anymore. so it was a slower evening. So I'm assuming COVID. This would be during COVID,
I get,
right?
yeah,
With
like
that
during the things.
like I said, I didn't remember.
It was actually when George Bush decided not to leave kids
It was
behind.
1776, and we entered a war.
There was a lot of things going on.
What's even a gas station?
The Minutemen.
I was the only one in the store, and a cart pulled up to one of the two double-sided pumps out front. Pretty standard white four-door. I'm not great with car brands, but it was a little nicer, like upper middle class, and probably only a few years old.
That's so descriptive.
For not knowing car brands,
Right?
as you can tell. A woman gets out and starts walking towards our door like she's in a daze. Legit, this woman looked like she saw a ghost. She wanders up, sort of freezes at the door for a second with a 1,000-yard stare before opening it and coming in. She didn't go looking for anything, didn't start shopping, just sort of stood inside for what felt like ages. Again, bars are still open, so I think maybe she's a little drunk, or had a rough night or something.
Bro,
or so
that's like
on.
me every Wednesday.
And so I give the usual welcome to the gas station. Let me know if you need any help finding anything. And she finally notices me and immediately asks me the weirdest damn question I have ever been asked on the job.
Anal.
Well, no, that's not quite. It would be anal. Like you have to. You can't just say anal. That's a statement. Anal.
I guess that'd be more of a demand. Anal.
Anal. Huh? The weirdest question I've ever asked on the job. You can see me, right? That's when I stopped. That's when I stopped rating. I was like, nope, don't. We're good. Okay.
I would cry if somebody. I'd be like, "Can you see me?"
I was like,
I would be so confused.
I was like, yeah. Like, what else do you say? She breaks down crying in the middle of my store. So I'm already heading around the corner to see what's up. I have my cell phone out
that.
in case I need to call the cops or something for her. I get her to sit down on a nearby pallet of soda, and I'm grabbing her a bottle of water, and after she catches her breath, she tells me, I thought I had died. Again, I'm thinking maybe she is
Damn, did
on
someone call her to
something.
help with an arm?
Hey, where's your mom? Is she feeling ill?
Right?
I think she's on something, but she's a middle-aged woman who looks like a standard local suburban housewife. We're a pretty boring township without your average junkies like you'd find closer to the cities.
Hey, the junkies are normal.
Or maybe they're the ones actually tapped into the fucking...
To the major. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
We're the junkies.
So she asked if she can call her husband to pick her up and wait with me. She has her own phone and does so. Not really telling him anything either, just where she's at and if he can come get her. He says he'll call an Uber and be there as soon as possible. We're waiting.
Call an Uber.
So far, nobody else has showed
Oh,
up.
because she drove.
So I'm keeping most of my attention on her, and eventually she starts to explain to me. I was driving home from dinner with my coworkers, and as I'm driving through a nearby intersection I recognize, a truck ran a red light and hit me. Now, her car is still at the pump without a scratch on it. She goes on to say she remembers her car being pushed into a pole, going airborne, and then nothing. I tried to calm her down, letting her know that her car's out front and it looks fine, but she insisted that she completely blacked out, woke up in an ambulance for a split second, passed out again, and then woke up in the driver's seat of her car at the intersection waiting for the light to change. Perfectly fine. This whole thing freaked her out so badly that she drove into the nearest anything, us, just so she can get out of the car. Husband eventually showed up to get her. He asked if I had any idea what happened, and even though she sort of explained it to me, I just shrugged because no, I had no idea what was happening anymore.
I'm not explaining that shit to her husband.
I was like, you can ask her, man.
She was in an accident and she died,
Yeah,
and
she
now
died.
she's here and her car's fine.
Car's fucked up. Wait, that my car right there? Yeah.
No, she thinks it's
Yeah,
fucked up because it was, but it's not anymore. Like, no, I'm not. We both go into the mental
No,
institution.
you talk to her. You talk to her.
I will.
You
No, I
married
will.
that. That's your responsibility. No, she reluctantly got in the passenger seat of the car, and he drove them back home. That was hours ago, after which I worked an entire shift at the station trying to wrap my head around what the absolute hell I had just witnessed.
He's like really nice, maybe because he's a man, but like as a woman, if a man came in spewing that nonsense, I'd be like, get the fuck out.
Well, if
I'm not helping you out.
If it was 7-Eleven, which we don't know, has nothing but numbers. Started in Texas, maybe it's just that Southern hospitality, that.
God, fuck that. I don't have none of that shit.
So yeah, that was like the first story I saw that.
I don't be opening doors.
Like it wasn't on them, you know what I mean? Like it was someone else that they.
He was like.
It was a third party.
He said, "I'm a side character."
Yeah, like crazy. I mean, a little bit misleading of a title. Still a great story, but like it wasn't like you were in that
in the glitch. But
story.
He was.
You came on the outside of it. So who knows? Who knows? But absolutely insane.
I mean, I've had sensations that I crash while I'm driving, but it could just be my exhaustion.
Or the bars.
The bar.
Not Xanax. I'm talking about like local drinkeries.
Local drink.
Okay, so my third story is by, and I don't know how to pronounce this name.
Let me see.
It's either Caber.
In true fashion.
Queber, Queber, Queubber.
Maybe it's Keber.
Queber.
I was thinking like Quebec.
So this one kind of blends. Anyway, we'll figure it out.
Did he also find a lamp inverted?
My wife replied to my idea live on a stream. My wife has been dead for 2 years.
What?
I don't think this is classified as a technology glitch. Technology recorded it, but it was an actual real event. But it was an actual real, even just recorded live on stream. That was a little bit confusing, but that's what he said. Hello all.
So he's on stream recording and it happened.
I am a very minor YouTube and Twitch person. Nothing is monetized. I do it as part of my therapy to help with being severely disabled. My wife died in 2018, and she was a gamer like me. Aww. One of our favorite games was Star Trek Online. After she died, gaming and streaming became my outlet. So 9th of January 2021, British, can already tell. Afternoon UK time. Okay.
Because of 9th of what? Because he said it backwards?
Yeah, 9th January. Yeah, instead of saying January 9.
Is the US the only one that does it? Because like in Spanish, they do it backwards too.
Must be a colonizer thing, I don't have to tell you. So 9th January 2021.
The Brits are the colonizers.
So are the Spanish. Whole North and South America. Off the rails. January 9, 2021, afternoon UK time. I'm doing my normal stream playing STO, Star Trek Online, blowing stuff up in a mission, and I notice a ship that I like using cannons and get all excited with the idea of creating one using my Klingon character voicing that idea. And my wife answers me on stream live. Clip below. So he posts the YouTube link. Which will...
Did you watch it?
Which we'll post. I didn't finish it. I started to, but then I was like... Once again, I wanted to have this live.
She respond verbal? She responded verbally?
We're getting into that. So then he goes into a series of bullet points. 1. No, it wasn't in-game audio checked by an audio engineer, 400 megahertz range. Her voice is definitely coming from inside the room with some sound artifacts.
Hell no.
2. Recorded by my mic, AT2020, not by my game PC audio, and I heard it through my open back headphones, not noise canceling. I can hear my room quite clearly. No hi-fi or item in the room that could cause it. in self-isolation for the last 12 months due to you-know-what. No one else has been in my house.
You know what?
If you watch the dog on my lap in the clip, she looks in the direction off to the side that the sound came from. Nothing the first time seen and heard a lot of stuff since my wife's death, but this was the first time it was caught live on stream, and my normal analytical thinking can't just call an audible hallucinations or any other things. Also, the voice is as near as we can tell from the sample of my wife's voice and just the kind of thing she would comment on. She did not like to answer with mm-hms. Updating. I have an iPad, no iPhone, and the iPad was not in the room on that day. I have also tested my iPad with the audio from this, and it doesn't pick it up, and it sounds completely different. Please, let's keep this civil. The Siri solution, whatever that means. I want to thank you all, even those that question all of this. Whole point of putting this out here was to get that kind of opinions and response since my wife died and even before that weird thing happened in our lives, but my analytical side always shot them down. Now I'm going to look at each one with bigger picture view. Not saying I'm going to accept or believe them, but reevaluate them. You are all awesome. Update. Having read all the comments and explored all of this over the last few days, I've come to the conclusion that this was a paranormal event more than an actual glitch. Debatable. I mean, I think it can be if it's like an overlay of something.
Of them playing that game.
Yeah.
In another timeline.
Yeah.
Or him playing it and her being around.
Right. So it could be either or, but I think it can fit in the glitch type of situation.
I mean, with that logic, I mean, what we perceive as ghosts,
right,
could just be other timelines.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Or dimensional things.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole point of it.
Ooh, I don't like that one.
Right.
I don't like that one. That was scarier than my Aurora one.
I haven't read, sorry, I wanted to finish this last part up. There's a paranormal more than an actual glitch. The timing, the location, the fact, even if it was Siri, then somehow it was translocated from my bathroom upstairs and at the back of the house to my living room, just behind my chair and to the right. Being analytical and critical thinking on this with open mind.
Analytical.
The question they ask. I'm going to start investigating, have set up an EVP in my room with some of Paola's favorite items. Paula? Ordered a good... I'm so sorry. That's so inappropriate. I know she's dead. I'm so sorry. Ordered a good quality EVP recorder and found my old EMF meter. Remove all extraneous wireless or powered items.
That should be expensive. I want one, though.
Over the next few weeks, I'll be exploring this and documenting my results.
I would cry.
It's insane.
I don't give a fuck if you're my husband haunting me. Fuck that.
Yeah, but you always said you would haunt your husband.
I'll haunt my husband, but he's expecting it.
Yeah, okay.
No person I've ever been with has ever been like, I'm going to come haunt you. Because if they did, I'm going to be like, please don't.
It's just hypocritical, don't you think?
Absolutely the fuck not.
Okay.
Absolutely the fuck. Especially during COVID when you're in isolation by yourself. I guess, I mean, fuck, hopefully I never go through anything like that, like losing your SO. Maybe because you lose them, you're like, oh fuck, like I'm gonna fuck with them and see if I can communicate with them. But then, like, is it them? Is it a demon? Is it a glitch?
Well, I like the idea that it was Star Trek too. Like, this is something very Star Trek related. You know what I mean? Like, this is something I'm sure that was on any of the 500 Star Trek episodes that there are. You know what I mean?
And I like how he kind of said, like, implied that she was sassy. She was like, she was not just an kind of girl. Mm-hmm. She would give her 2 cents.
Shit, with a name like Paula? Yeah, fuck.
Paula gave her 2 cents.
She always does.
Even in the afterlife.
Even in the afterlife.
I didn't like that one. I'm not sleeping tonight.
The crazy stuff.
He said, I ordered an EMVP and I whipped out my old EMF. I said, hell to the door. I would leave. I would fucking leave.
But if it's the love of your life, like, why? If that was.
What if it's not?
How long has she been there?
The whole time.
Jesus.
What if it's like a trickster demon or something?
Oh, they like mimicked her voice or
Yeah.
something?
Oh, what if it's a Wendigo?
They got those in Britain?
They might have.
That made it across the pond.
I forgot it was in Britain. In Britain.
We got a Wendigo.
I was playing,
They would have a weirder name for it. It'd be
I was
like,
playing Walkie Wacka.
Wendigo, Augusta Walk or something. So,
Fish and chips.
Augusta Fro. Yeah, something.
I guess I've never pictured. This is gonna sound like. I'm not even gonna say that because that's fucked up, and I don't want to get canceled.
Nope. You already started it. Nope.
No.
You gotta. Bet you won't.
No.
Bet you won't.
Okay, I was watching this comedian
Hell yeah.
live, and he brought up the point that he never sees like ghosts with disabilities.
Yeah, there's never a projectile wheelchair. You know what I mean? It's never. I mean, maybe that's good though. They suffered enough. You're gonna make them.
They're suffering.
You're gonna make them handicapped
in
the afterlife too. No, I hope
because like you die in like the old Victoria ghosts, and they're like Victoria clothes, right? You're kind of stuck with that forever. So like, if you're someone who has a disability and you have like equipment,
what if the ghosts are only people disabled people, and they finally have their legs and can move freely now, and that's what they're doing.
No, but no one's ever been like, damn, I saw my disabled grandfather's ghost walking. I like how the only disability we think of is like not being able to walk.
That's a big one.
True. And so then my next thought was, I've never heard of British ghost either. But I'm not in Britain. I've only heard American ghost, I guess.
There would have to be, right? Like they're so old. Like it's an old
I saw
country.
that. I saw this whole thread that was like, Americans cannot be scared of people in Britain, and it was like this girl like explaining that somebody tried to rob her in Britain, and she's American, and like the slang he was using, she would not understand, and like it got to the point where she was like fucking irritated. She was like, "What do you want?" So I have the same sentiment over like British ghosts. Like I don't think I'd be like sitting in a hotel and like hear like, "Oh, would you like a cup of tea?" and get scared.
True. But don't worry, I didn't boil it. There's no sugar.
Do you think they have American ghosts there? It's like Boston Tea Party, tea in the wall.
Well, maybe if they died there.
No, but we go there to like clown. I said we, like I was part of the Boston Tea.
I think you're tied where you are, kind of. I don't think it's like
apparently if you're disabled.
I don't think it's
not.
like Casper where you
can just go places.
Yeah,
you can vibe.
I don't know if it's like that. I don't think it's like that. I think
So would we consider La Llorona a cryptid or ghost? Because that bitch travels.
Cryptid. Demon?
So if demons can travel, tell me ghosts can't?
I'm just saying typically you don't see like...
I've just never heard of a ghost with like a peg leg either. Or like an eye patch.
I mean, why stop there? Like, shouldn't American ghosts have like guns? Like ghost guns? Ghost bullets?
I picture like a southern ghost, like the Confederate soldiers from that Scooby-Doo movie. You know what I'm talking about? Was it the swamp one?
Yes. Bob.
Did one of them salute fucking Scooby at the end too? And I was like, imagine getting saluted by a Confederate fucking ghost.
Scooby-Doo's actually racist. Thank you for your service.
Sorry you lost.
We'll rise again.
Will you keep slavery for a Scooby snack? What about two Scooby?
To the nearest tree. Ready.
No.
Sorry. We should end on that. We should not go any further.
We went like a whole...
We went into alleged confessions a little bit there towards the end. Like
Literally.
We miss our team. That's why we can't do it. So we did it ourselves.
I mean, I do have like, and when you were talking about getting like a call from a dead person, actually, I don't know if you said that at all, but at some point, one of your stories, that's what came to mind. Oh, because the dead person talked to the guy.
Oh yeah, on the YouTube thing.
Yeah. When my grandmother was alive, we bought her like this like phone. It was like for like older people, because she was older, and she was like, I want a cell phone, so we got her like, no, like a cell phone, like just a very basic, simple cell phone.
2 buttons.
Yeah, and I think if I remember, it was like a prepaid card on it, so it had a certain amount of minutes. And so she would like talk here and there with my aunts and my uncles, right? We would charge it for her and shit. After her passing, probably like a year later, she lived with us, so her phone, if I remember right, her phone was in her room.
She lived with you a year after her passing?
Yes. She lives with me forever in here.
Just a body in that room.
Forever in here she lives.
Okay, bet.
Forever in here. Look, I like my grandpa, unlike you.
Allegedly.
And your grandparents.
Different podcast.
So, my uncle said he got a call from her phone. From her phone number.
Which deal?
Mauro.
Was that her
I
favorite?
couldn't explain it. Yes. That is her favorite. Damn,
Okay,
why she didn't call me?
Keep going.
That was it. So, could that be glitch or paranormal?
It could just be the CIA people being cunts. Watch this. They have her recording and just play it all.
Imagine, that's fucked up. No, it was just a phone call, like a call he missed, so he didn't pick it up. There was no voicemail. So
Fucked up, Motto. You fucked up. Should have picked up that call.
Should have picked up that call. Is crazy.
This was actually a lot of fun. I enjoyed these topics. I know you're not going to sleep tonight.
I'm not sleeping tonight.
I enjoyed it. I thought those were cool.
There's certain things that give me the heebie-jeebies, and that.
And this was a first. We actually had.
I don't even have a dead wife that could come haunt me tonight. Yeah. But I'm so scared she is.
But in the Matrix, you could have.
In my other timeline.
Yeah, in the darkest timeline.
Cool.
All right, I think we're gonna wrap it up though. Thank you so much for dropping by. Like I said,
always wrap it up.
We always
when you smash.
Or don't have fun.
Don't want unplanned pregnancies.
Do the push and pray method.
That doesn't work.
It doesn't not work. Anyway.
Free the nip.
Let's wrap it up. We always say we're gonna keep doing more of these more often.
Every week, and we always lie.
Life sucks, man. Like it gets
I am
busy.
my father's daughter. I just make promises that I don't keep.
And I'm her father's daughter too.
What?
You can follow us at Conspirial_podcast on Azula. I just got bit by my cat because I think
You're too
scared
loud.
her.
You're too loud.
Sorry, is this better? Conspirial_podcast on YouTube
awful.
and
That's
Instagram.
like ASMR.
I know.
Without consent.
I hate it so much. Conspirial_podcast on YouTube and Instagram. You can follow us at Conspirial on TikTok. We're gonna leave this every time. Send us an email of suggestions you want us to talk about.
If you've heard a British ghost and it scared you, comment below. If you have a glitch, comment below.
Our inbox is bone dry.
It's bone dry.
Drop us
some fish and chips.
Drop us an electronic mail.
Of wars.
Electronic mail. Conspirial@gmail.com. All Conspirial.
Email us anything.
All Conspirial is CONSPIRIAL. And you can also follow me at Sir Addison Rose. That's SIRADDISONROSE on TikTok.
That's a mouthful.
That's what she said.
I think you have a Facebook too.
Yeah.
But you don't post on it.
Not a lot. Stupid memes and shit, but yeah.
I thought you had like a comedy page.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you can
start here first.
You can follow me on TikTok at King Dez, KINGDEZ 3434. I just post nothing related to this. And you can follow me on Instagram at Anna Dez, ANNADEZ, and that's just full of my thirst traps and really good memes if you're interested.
And if she started an OF, comment down below.
Yeah, comment down below if you'd want to see me burp.
Burp.
That's what I was doing the first 10 minutes of audio testing.
Yep. And puts mayonnaise in crazy places.
What?
Where?
Fries?
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.